Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're having a great weekend so far, and welcome to this new update on Bitcoin. Wanted to do a full update, mainly kind of to prepare yourselves for next week, at least the start of next week. And I'll tell you my expectations. I mean, in general, I think there's a couple of things you need to know about next week. Some things that are important to safely get through the start of the week, but also in general the direction, or at least the most likely direction of next week, in my opinion. Now, yesterday we already briefly talked about the news of next week. So obviously, I mean, if news comes in during the week, that can also be important. For example, on Friday when we had the options being enabled on Bitcoin ETFs, that's in general quite bullish. And maybe that hasn't been priced in yet. In general, fundamentally that's bullish, but I think the overall fundamental situation for Bitcoin is already bullish. But next week we have, on Thursday and Friday, we have some major economic events. All right, so we talked about that yesterday. That's what you need to keep an eye on. That's going to be important, especially with the rate cuts of last week. So I will keep you updated on that, but just so you know. And then apart from that, what I think the two most important things are tomorrow is that, first of all, the volume in the market right now has dropped down quite significantly. For certain altcoins, it's still pretty decent. But looking at Bitcoin right now, it's $14.2 billion. It has floored a bit here, so it probably won't get much lower. But if you compare this to the peak we had on Thursday at 52 billion, it's super low. So what that usually means is that we have more volatility in the markets. And that is all, and that's in general, together with the liquidity we have around the price right now, that's in general probably going to cause a lot of volatility. And what you can see, and this is basically after every weekend, but what you can see here is that the liquidity is both to the upside and to the downside. Now, what I've said most often in the last couple of days is that I expect some sort of a pullback from 64 and 65,000. So what in general I expect in terms of a move is some sort of a pullback into this level between 62 and 60,000. I expect that level to hold, and then from that level, I think we will continue this bullish momentum. That depends a little bit as well on what the stock markets do and in general macro developments. So as you can see, the S&P has broken its previous all-time high. It's going to be crucial to see if we can actually hold that level now, right? So if we can hold that level as support, then it's quite likely that this S&P 500 uptrend will continue, which is obviously going to be bullish for Bitcoin. So then it's pretty guaranteed we will remain bullish. But I think overall the situation with the weak dollar strength index, with the interest rates, but also with the political situation in the US, I think that's already bullish for Bitcoin. So therefore, I do think this structure you can see right here, this bullish structure, I do think this will hold. But due to that low liquidity, or due to that low volume and liquidity, I would be careful for something like this, right? So what a possibility is that we spike into 64,500 first. Everybody thinks we're going to break out, and then it's just a liquidity grab before diving down there, right? So moves like that you should be prepared for. And in general, like I said, short term, I think some sort of a pullback market-wide, but especially for Bitcoin, is most likely. But what's even more important is that I do think that after the pullback, we will remain bullish, right? So I don't think this is going to threaten anything. But I do think you need to be prepared for it. So those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know for now. It's a relatively short update, but that's for now, I think, the most important. So have a great rest of your Sunday. I'll speak to you all later today or tomorrow. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and remember this, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.